Hey guys, Django Fett here. So as you can see, I am no longer wearing glasses. So this is something that I've wanted to do for quite some time and why I've taken kind of a break and not shown myself for a bit. But as you can see, I'm no longer wearing glasses and this feels kind of weird and I look really weird just without glasses because for me, I've been a glasses user for 20 something years. For a very long time since I was a kid. And to finally get this chance feels amazing. And my vision is 2020, and I don't normally do like these blog type of videos, but I do want to get into discussion about LASIK and my experience with it and why I think, precautions for gamers in the future. If you're constantly gaming or you're into movies and you're constantly just using your eyes for everything, I want to talk about that. So let's start with why I even decided to do LASIK. So my vision has been deteriorating for quite some time, and it has been at a point where it's like -7 to -8, which is very low, very, very low. And I just come to a point where I'm just like, I'm sick of glasses. I really want to change. So I went to a bunch of different LASIK centers because I've heard about LASIK, but I don't really know the procedure of LASIK or laser eye surgery. So I went to a bunch of different LASIK centers. There was 3 I went to, all around my area. They were all free. The first appointment is free just for a free consultation on whether you can do LASIK in the first place, because there is a certain range and threshold you can get to in order to do LASIK. Not everyone can do LASIK, unfortunately. There's like a certain age, and then there's a certain like eye range that you can do it. And for me, I lucked out because for anyone, I think it was -12 and beyond, you cannot do LASIK. And the same for the age. I think if you're like 50 something and you have that lower vision, really extremely low vision, then you can't do LASIK. But I managed to luck out, and I saved up a lot of money just for this event. And yes, it is costly, a little costly, but I do think it is worth it for your overall health. I really do. It just feels so weird not being without glasses, because that's kind of like been my dependency. I always think like when I wake up, I'm like, where's my glasses? I'm always looking for my glasses, and I always feel like I have glasses. I need to take them off or something, like everywhere I go. So it feels like I have like this invisible limb with my glasses on. It just feels so weird. But walking through you guys on the procedure on laser eye surgery. So about 3 weeks ago, I went to the center, and they kind of did like a rundown. They answered pretty much all of my questions. And usually you go to like 1 or 2 centers and you kind of like, okay, you decide from there. But I went to 3 centers just to be absolutely sure, because this is a pretty big decision. And for some people, they think that this could cause blindness. But because of technology and the way things are going, it's pretty much a myth. So they kind of like prep me on what is going to occur. After you have the surgery, you have to go for a nap. You have to take like a 4-hour nap. So you have to have another driver to drive you back, and you have to take a 4-hour nap for your eyes to rest. But the surgery itself only takes like 10 minutes. Like, it's really short. So they rest you on like this really long like bed of sorts, and they did this the procedure in like 10 minutes. They like put pressure on your eye, one eye at a time. Each took like 5 minutes each, and it was pretty much done. They put numbing drops first. They put like this glass thing in your eye, and then they kind of like put this pressure thing on your eye, and they kind of like use the corrective laser on your eye to correct the vision. And I noticed a difference right away that when they kind of like, okay, you're gonna see this as soon as you take off your glasses before you do LASIK. What do you see on the board? And then after that, they're like, okay, can you see on that? Like, I could see better right away. It wasn't instant. It wasn't 2020. It takes some time to get to that point. So afterwards, I had my wife take me, and she took me back home, drove me back home, and I pretty much rested my eyes the whole way through. And I noticed something right away is that I didn't really read upon the recovery procedures on what's to occur. I thought it would be like once you have LASIK that you would be healed right away the next day. That's not entirely true. It depends on the person, but it's not entirely true. So you're gonna need some time to recover. And there is also another procedure, PRK, which I won't really get into, that's meant for another group of people. But I did LASIK, and they recommended I do LASIK for my really low eye vision. So something I noticed right away when my wife drove me back is that my eyes are super sensitive to the light, so I wore sunglasses, and I was tearing up a lot. Like, I had a overflow of tears. Like when I closed my eyes and when I opened them, it was just wash of tears, because I think that it like does something with your tear ducts. So that's why you have to have special eye drops during that time. So pretty much my eyes were watering constantly. And when I went to take a nap, when I went back home, my wife was kind enough to take care of me, and I had to sleep for 4 hours, close my eyes, but I really couldn't get any sleep. But I just rested my eyes, and it was just constantly watering. And the most important thing when it comes to laser eye surgery, after you have laser eye surgery, do not touch your eyes, do not rub your eyes, do not do anything with it. And you'll notice I have these crusties right away. It's from the eye drops and stuff, so it doesn't, like, I try my best to wipe it away with like a damp cloth or something, but I try not to get any water, nothing like that, because you have to take care of your eyes. The recovery process is extremely important, and if you mess it up at any point, it's not gonna be good. Okay, it's not gonna be good. So I got back home, had the tears, everything, and then we had to apply 3 sets of eye drops for, I think it was like 4 days or a week. And during that time, it was breakfast, lunch, dinner, and before bedtime. You had to apply 3 sets of eye drops, and every hour you have to apply a preservative-free eye drop, lubricant eye drop, every hour. The 3 sets of eye drops consisted of the steroid eye drops, the antibiotic, and the, I think it was, oh yeah, there's the preservative-free eye drops, which I still do use. So I had to apply those all the time. So when I woke up after the 4-hour nap, I took those eye drops, and my vision was slowly starting to get better, and the tearing was just vanished right away. So that was great. I didn't want to deal with that. It was just miserable when I was dealing with that. It looked like I was just like watching a constantly sad movie that I couldn't stop crying about. So the next day I actually could work. I took like half the day off, but then the other half I did work. I did get the lighting and glare issues at first. For the first couple of days, I noticed, and slowly but surely it's gotten better. It's not perfect still to this day, because it's been like 3 or 4 weeks now. I've had to like lower the brightness on my monitors and stuff, and more sunglasses when I go outside. That you're going to be light sensitive, and even staring at the screen for some time, it would just cause me like some frustration. So I had to take breaks, like a lot of breaks in that 1 week period. But afterwards, I did feel better, and I've been applying eye drops for like the 1 set of eye drops, which is the preservative-free eye drops, every hour. Just 1 or 2 drops per eye. And I've just gotten pretty much used to this at this point, but you're supposed to apply those for a month. And, you know, with showers too, you have to be very careful. So I would recommend getting some goggles, which I have used when I take a shower, because you're not supposed to get any water, nothing. And you're not supposed to go scuba diving or anything like that if you're ever attempting to do it after like 30 days. But for me, that's not a big deal. But I think people need to be aware is that at least a week, 2 weeks, you need to take some time for yourself. Don't stress yourself out, and try not to do too much. Try not to drive or do any of that really stressful stuff. Once you get LASIK, you need time to recover. So I would recommend you just stay at home. Don't really do too much for that 1 week period. Have somebody else drive you. But afterwards, I mean, even after a couple days, you should be fine and you should be able to drive. Some people can do it right away the next day. For me, it took like three to 4 days for me because I didn't feel comfortable driving. But I am comfortable now. It's not an issue. And I have perfect 20/20 vision now. It's great. It's fantastic. It's just a great experience, man. After 20-something years for me, wearing glasses, to finally be able to have my eyes on my own without relying on glasses, it's just an incredible experience. It's incredible, man. It's fantastic, and I would recommend it. So I would recommend you do your research before deciding to do any LASIK whatsoever. I would honestly, if you have like -1, -2, not to even get LASIK in the first place. For me, I have a really extremely low vision, and to get it, I feel like it saved my life from blindness and sorts. That was like my biggest fear of all time, like going blind and missing out on life, and just feeling like I'm useless in life. But I didn't ever want to go down that path, so I really wanted to do LASIK to prevent that and prevent my fears. And hopefully that doesn't happen, in the future, whatever the case may be. But that was my biggest fear. And this is kind of a message to people who are gamers, who are constantly watching movies and TV shows, to take a break and to not watch, and just take a break, have some time with your family, go outside, don't spend too much time on the cell phone or the video games or whatever, or just take a break. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do the video games all the freaking time, because once you go down this path of just doing video games and movies and TV shows like I've been doing for years, like I feel like I've now wanted to do a change and do less of it now. I really do. For that week that after I had LASIK, I didn't play video games for a week, and that's tough. That's extremely tough for me, because I played video games like all the freaking time. I can't go a day without playing video games. But I did watch like movies and stuff, or TV shows, after a couple days. But I didn't watch it like all the time, and I did take my breaks and stuff. But when it comes to LASIK, I would recommend it for those who have really extremely low vision. And if you have the money, then yeah, absolutely go for it. It is a life-changing event, and it feels incredible, man. It really does. And I would recommend it to people out there who are considering LASIK. So that was kind of like my experience going in. Yours might be different. Let me know your experience of LASIK, or if you're considering LASIK, in the comment section below. And don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.